Ya empezar. And we are back, another episode of Shade of Brown podcast.
Shade of Brown.
We back at it once again, episode 102. Good to say we're in the hundreds.
What's going on, bro? You're sick or something?
No, I'm good now.
Got a fever?
I'm good now. You're the sick one.
I'm not sick.
You were coughing earlier.
Bro, I coughed once.
But you were sick.
I was sick, yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
Was that after the episode?
A little after, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was you, but it wasn't you. It was someone else.
Everybody getting sick, man. This weather's been bipolar.
Super bipolar, bro. Like, it's
Hot one
super
day,
hot and then cold and raining.
60s the next day and
Yeah.
gloomy even.
Yeah, gloomy. Today was a bit gloomy.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, we're here. I'm feeling a little better now. Cough is slowly going away.
You got that long
I didn't
cough?
know. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't know either.
Long cough. I chat GBT'd it. I was like, why do I still have this cough?
Are you taking like vitamins or something? I mean, not vitamins, medicine?
No, because I feel like I don't need it.
You just have a cough?
I
Like
just have a
lingering cough?
Yeah, I just have a lingering cough. That's it. Like, I feel perfectly fine. Like, I eat, I have energy, I sleep good. I still sleep,
Okay.
and I sleep good.
Okay.
It's just a stupid cough.
Just
That's
coughing randomly.
Yeah, randomly.
It happens.
Yeah, but
Well, we're here.
I'm here. Irvin's here. We back at it. Episode 102.
Yep.
And it's just gonna be us two today. We're gonna keep it chill, keep it mellow. While we're setting up, wifey came through with some food, some Jack in the Crack. Hell yeah, Jack in the Crack.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to her.
shout out to the wifey. And yeah, we're just here now. And I got some soul out here. Jack in the Box. If you're out there,
Sponsor us.
sponsor us.
Yeah.
Give us some food. We're hungry.
Yeah, we get hungry, bro.
But yeah, so you been good then, man?
Yeah. Other than getting sick for like 2 days, been chill. You know, like I've been just working a lot. Like lately, right now, we're going through transitions. Hired my sister.
What?
Yeah. I had her come in to do admin stuff. So basically, invoices, phone calls, anything that has to do with customer service. That's what she's currently doing now. So this week was her first week. Ariana, which was my admin, she's now just full-time editor. So she's not taking care of that end anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm just separating it, which is cool. It's a little different.
Yeah.
I was a little hesitant, I'm not gonna lie, because it's family, you know.
Yeah, because in the last episode, even our guest, he said he's like, but he was talking like he did talk about family, but like also friends. Like
Yeah, it was
having
mostly friends. And I was still like, it took me like at least 2 days to actually even acknowledge that I was gonna tell her, because I didn't think about it. When Ari's like, hey, I think we should find someone else to do admin work, I'm like, dang, like who am I gonna ask? You know, like really thinking about like certain friends, and I'm like, oh, who would work out, like who's willing to do certain things, and be a part of the team. And right now my sister has 2 babies. My niece is 3 years old, I believe, and then my nephew is a year and a couple months. I think he's gonna turn 2 in October. So right now she's not currently working because she's taking care of her kids, and she has customer service, you know, like as far as like her skill set. She comes from sales, and I kind of had to pull the trigger on that idea. And I'm like, all right, well, hopefully it does work out, you know, because I understand, you know, what he was telling us about, you know, friends, you know, involving with money and stuff. So
yeah,
it was one of those things like, all right, let's just give it a shot. I did tell my sister, like, if you don't like it, just let me know. I have no issue. But so far it's working out. It's a little different because she's still going through training. She doesn't understand the language as far as like what we do when it comes to the media stuff. So when a customer is asking her something that we basically didn't teach her because it's random, she's calling me, and those calls, or if those text messages, it's an added work for me right now. So that is on top of what I'm already doing. Our photo booth business right now is popping, and it's fairly popular because of the graduation stuff. It's May.
Yeah, that's true.
We did the one last weekend. We're gonna do another one this weekend coming up. And then I met a DJ. He's a part of the men's group, Joey. He also does DJ work on the side, and I told him, I'm like, hey, if you ever have any clients that need a photo booth, let them know, and then we could we could put it under your name and just subcontract me. And yeah, sure enough, he has a wedding in June, I believe, and I'm going to be working with him with a photo booth. So I'm just networking and then just trying to grow the business as much as I can in different formats. Just because the economy is fairly wonky right now with the tariffs and I don't know what else is going on in the world, but it's just different.
It could, because of, I mean, there's big talk on tariffs, and because of like tariff talk, people are not sure what's going to happen, and because of that, they don't want to spend money.
Yeah,
and then when they don't want to spend money, there's not many gigs going on.
Yeah, and then the house market right now is a little weird too, because everyone that's selling the house is moving out of the state and is not actually wanting to stay in the California or in the same area. And that means all inventory right now, there's a lot of inventory when it comes to houses, and they're basically just sitting. So the shift is coming as far as like economically, like I already see it. Like we're really busy right now, but that's because people are moving out. Like people are wanting to leave California. They're not wanting to upgrade or downgrade and stay in Antelope Valley or Santa Clarita. They're now going out of state, and it's for the reason like California is way too expensive.
Yeah, man. Prices continue to go up. I work in retail now. We're bumping our prices up.
Yeah. You have to.
And yeah, sometimes there's a customer coming in, he's like, "What? Wasn't it this price?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "California, bro.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, gotta.
You gonna buy it or what?
Yeah, I gotta pay the bills, bro.
Get out of the store.
Electricity isn't cheap,
Yeah.
Like things happen for a reason. That's why I'm prepping for everything. Like I got the photo booth, the headshots, the real estate. I'm doing a lot of more micro content right now. I have the lawyer's office. I'm gonna talk to another lawyer's office next week. Hopefully, I have a dentist's office that we're doing content for. And then of course I'll still selling the podcast stuff. So I did a podcast for another client today. So every day is a new day for me as far as like what I'm trying to get to is I'm not trying to get stuck in one specific thing, because you just never know where the wave is going to hit and how it's going to affect us.
True.
So my range of where I want to go, it's very vast, but with that, there's a lot of systems, and that's where I feel like sometimes I get overwhelmed, because there's too many packages that we're putting together. For the photo booth is one thing, for the headshots is another thing. For the real estate, man, there's so many packages that we service that alone is it's a lot. But right now, like we're really busy, and I'm like, even last time we were here, like I was busy, but the gratitude is there for me,
Yeah, you still got to be thankful, because you could go a whole week not working.
Yeah, that would scare me.
And that's very stressful and scary.
Yeah,
especially someone in your position, because like people probably depend on you for work or or payroll or whatever it is, and like how do you balance all that?
Yeah.
Even if it's just a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even if I had 2 months of no work would be fine, because I'm fairly good when it comes to my savings and my business.
Yeah, but that's just speaking for yourself.
No. In general, like I have everything organized where like I could still pay my sister now, admin. She's under salary, so I have 3 months of salary for her. I have 3 months of the rent here. I have 3 months even if I want to pay myself.
Gotcha.
So everything's kind of organized where I know I could still cut it even if it was 3 months, but still that 3 months, that's savings,
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even want to imagine if that were to ever happen. I'll probably cut it within a month, because even 3 months, I'm like, you're going to lose everything and you just don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's why I do the things that I do on a daily, because maybe it's out of fear, the concept of like being poor again, or going backwards. Backtracking.
To, like, because you're gonna feel bad about yourself, and it's probably depression too, or like, damn, back over here.
Yeah, like scratch one.
How
back to like the beginnings.
Yeah.
I think as of right now we're doing great. Like just hired Omar. He's
what?
Yeah.
Shout out to Omar.
Yeah, he's
listening.
He's a part of the supporter group.
Yeah.
He's also doing the media for the AV Alta.
Yeah.
And Jose actually asked me too. He's also part of the AV Alta for the photography, and he asked me like, "Hey, I want to learn how to do the real estate stuff." And I'm like, bro, I'm always looking for help. It's just, for me, it's just like the time isn't really, it's not where I want it to be, where I'm able to give you the time so that you could learn right away. It's more of like, I want to make sure that we're doing it properly. So if I am giving you my time, make sure that you're taking it into an account that I'm not, this time could have been for me, but I'm willing to give it to you because I do need the help, and you're willing to lend me a hand if I do need it. And it's all independent work too with the photographers. And I think that's something that I had to learn now doing this for 8 years, because I would hire people and they would depend on me, like you were saying, that they depended on me, like on the how they would live their lives. Like it was actually their livelihood.
Their livelihood.
And for me, it's now we're independent contractors. We're in the creative space, so you either have to go hustle what I'm giving you, and I'm giving you my system, and we're just going to put it together, and we're all going to make money. But at the end of the day, like, you can't depend on me, because I think that's where the entitlement comes in from the employee side, which I now understand. And now that I'm getting like Omar, he's a newer one. Jordan's been with me for 3 years, but he's kind of understood this already. Like, it's independent work. Like, don't rely on me. Like, when the season is good, the season is good. But when it's bad, that's what it is. You know, like that, I can't do nothing about it. I've taught you everything. I've given you my clients. I've given you the ability to go and talk to business people. I've given you the doors so that you could go in and sell yourself. So at the end of the day, if you're not working, it's all on you on the slow season.
Yeah. I mean, that's just us. That's business talk. If there's anyone out there, can take notes about this too.
I guess, I don't know.
No, it is, man. It's the real stuff, and people think it's all like easy, when it comes to this business decisions and seasons, like you said. Yeah, and no, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's a big roller coaster.
Yeah. I do enjoy the slow season. I'm not gonna lie.
I get it.
Enjoy it. I'm like, bro, that's like
you enjoy it, yeah, because you probably have it all planned out, and like you said, the whole 3 months thing.
Yeah.
You probably even have that planned out in case it gets slow for a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah.
But the employees aren't probably not planning on that.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all. And I literally had to tell him, like, bro, like, unfortunately, circumstances happened with Jordan where something happened with his car. The same week, his refrigerator broke. And it was a slow season.
Not to expose them, but
yeah, like whatever. It's just, life happens, like it could happen to anybody. Yeah. And that's where, in my head, I'm like, that's where anybody has to look ahead, not on the idea that you're comfortable on what you're making that month.
Yeah.
But understand that things could happen in the future that you're not in control over.
Yeah, like me. Yeah, I have where I work and everything, do this podcast or whatever. I am not a business owner. I'm not. People sometimes say like, "Oh, but you have straight up brown." Well, like, yeah, but I don't really see it as I'm a business owner. Maybe one day it'll be like legit like that, Maybe one day. But even as an employee, I have a little safety net, and you have to build that. It's hard. But once you get that little safety net going, it's a relief.
Yeah.
A big relief, because just in case, like you said, things can happen. You could get sick really bad. Your car might break down.
Mm-hmm. Your tires, maintenance in your car, house.
Yeah. I have a house now. My refrigerator can break.
Or your AC.
My AC.
A window breaks.
Or my bills can be higher than last month.
Yeah, you weren't expecting that bill from the electricity from the AC.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Like that. So there's a lot of factors and like something that you got to build up. And I'm grateful enough and blessed enough where I do have a little safety net going on in case something like that happens. But like you said, like the whole 3 months, you can only withstand a hit like that for so long.
Yeah.
But God forbid, like something like that happens to anybody. Yeah, there's bumps on the road.
Yeah.
Flat tire here and there. Yeah. Who doesn't get that?
Yeah, exactly. My thing is I don't like to depend on anybody as far as like when it comes to the finances. Like I don't like the idea that my parents worked their whole lives and they've been working since we came to this country. And even till this day, my mom works 10 hours. She owns her own salon, and my dad works construction, and he wakes up super early, he gets home super late. So it's a thing for them. And the idea of me taking their money because I was too complacent of the concept of like, hey, you should think about your own future and not
Yeah.
depend on your family.
Yeah.
That for me is kind of a big thing. Like I cannot see myself asking my mom or my dad for like, hey, I'm a little low on the rent, or my car broke down and
Yeah.
could you help me out? Like I'm pretty sure they'll say yes and they won't have any issues with it, but just the idea of me taking their own money, like knowing how hard they work, for me it wouldn't sit well,
Yeah, I mean, because you're an entrepreneur, especially because you already have that mindset, and we get that. Anyone can understand that on your end. I don't think it's wrong, or you shouldn't feel bad, even if like you ask for a little bit of help around your family or friends or whatever. I don't think you should feel bad either, but it's just don't take advantage.
Yeah.
It's a real thin line.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're asking for help and you're taking advantage.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a very thin line there.
Yeah, first put in what you can do to mitigate that.
Yeah.
Like having 6 months or 3 months or however you want as far as a cushion room. And then if that doesn't work out where like now you're struggling, I'm like, okay, like maybe you do need to ask for a little bit of help, which is fine. But like you said, just don't take advantage. And I do see a lot of people that take advantage of their own family members.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be a little bit vulnerable, just a little bit. Like around maybe like June, I want to say, or July, was it? Around that time, I lost my job last year, and I came to you. If you like, I didn't ask you if you to give me work.
Yeah,
I asked you, do you know anyone who's looking for anyone?
Yeah.
That's what I asked you, because like I don't think it's gonna work out where I was at. Like I don't see myself going back. And you did, thankfully, and then I'm currently there. And so far it's been really good for me. And see, there's that kind of help you can reach out for too. It doesn't have to be money.
Yeah, I think the idea of resources doesn't have to be tangible, like something like cash. If you were to ask me for cash, it would have been different.
Yeah.
I would rather find you a job so that you can make your own cash.
Yeah.
Because that's the help that I would want to give anybody.
Yeah.
Rather than just give out cash. And I do have an issue with the idea of just giving cash to anybody, like a random person. I know it sounds mean, and it did happen. I think this past weekend I went to the graduation party, and I don't want to throw shade to Ariana. She's super nice. She has a really great heart. We stopped by a gas station going towards Mojave.
Yeah.
And there's two guys in the front, and Ari wanted to get water because that's what she's like, hey, I forgot my water, let's go get water. I'm like, sure. Stopped by the gas station. Sure enough, there's two guys, just waiting for people to ask. Yeah, exactly. And I knew what they were, bro.
Panhandling.
And sure enough, they came up to me. They're like, hey, is there any way that you could buy my son something to drink? And I'm like, bro, like, I ain't your son, bro. Like you have a bike there. Like, they're around our age, bro. Like, if I see someone that is disabled or maybe elderly, I'm more than happy, because there's a difference between the idea that you're able to work, but you just choose not to work, and you're asking me to give you something for free. And in my head, instinctually, I'm like, oh, I don't have cash. And he's like, no, I don't want cash. I want something to drink. And I just walked away. And then Ari, being who she is, and once again, it's her being a good person, probably better than me. She told me, she's like, well, they just want water. And then, she said, they just want water. And I said, no, they asked for something to drink, and it's not water. But I said no. And she's like, yeah, but sometimes kindness could go a long way. So she was kind of putting me in the guilt trip, right? And I'm like, no. Like, a little bit of work could go a long way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I left it. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not the type of person that wants to just give you something without you earning it. Like, if they were to say, hey, could I maybe wash your window or something, then it's a little bit different. Like, okay, like, I see you.
And there's guys like that.
Yeah, and I could see the actual effort.
Yeah.
But if you're just holding out your hand, bro, and I'm like, bro, you're as young as I am. Yeah. You don't look sick. I'm like, like, that's where I have an issue, bro.
There's a guy at the mall at one of the entrances, because you know how there's different entrances. There's the one by the Shell, that entrance. There's a guy, dude, that's standing right there in the middle. He's built. Like he looks healthy.
Yeah.
And he's there begging. And I'm like, He's on his 2 feet. He
Yeah.
looks healthy,
Yeah.
and he's there begging. I'm like, yeah, you're there because you want to be there.
Yeah, and they
you
make
know?
money, bro. Like they take
Yeah.
advantage, and I'm not okay with that. Like I understand that there are people that need the help,
Yeah.
but those are the people that for me it's just like, bro, like you make everyone look like I feel bad that I'm not giving you money, but it's your fault. And then
Yeah.
I look bad, and then like at the end of the day, like you could go to work, like you could go and achieve something.
Go work for me.
Go do
Nah.
something, anything, bro. Like literally do anything, you'll make some money.
Yeah, like the windshield wiper dudes. I mean, I give them respect because they're actually trying to give you something back. Like I'll clean your window if you give me $1.
Yeah, and then you see like the guy selling the oranges and the guy selling the roses, and then there's that guy begging.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, who am I gonna give the money?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the money.
I'm gonna want something in exchange.
Well, I'm gonna give the one that's actually trying.
Yeah.
Like even if it's a tip, I'll buy the oranges, but I'll give him a tip.
Yeah.
And the guy
orange,
that's just
and oranges are good for you.
yeah, exactly. Good vitamin C, bro.
Yeah. Dan, we just went on a tangent of money and prepare yourselves out there.
Prepare yourself, bro. It's getting hard.
There's a lot of talk of that here because it's California and it gets hard out here.
It's expensive.
It's expensive over here, and probably if there is anyone who watches us or listens to this podcast that's not from California, probably think like all they do is complain over there about their economy and how things are going over there. Like, bro, it's hard out here.
It's tough.
Yeah. All right, let's switch it up a little bit. I actually got recognized for the podcast for the first time today
At your work?
at my work.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
All right, tell us the story.
Well, I was at my job, and then a guy comes in. Dude, it was busy today, dude. It was crazy. And we had like a crazy rush. And I saw a guy. He had an AV Arta shirt on.
Okay.
It was like the one where it shows like all the games that are going to happen. And then like in the front is like the stadium, I think.
Yeah.
And that's the one I like.
Really?
Yeah, I like that one.
I'm not a big fan of that one.
And he had his back turned. And I was like, hey, bro, I like your shirt. Because, I know it was from, right? And he turned around. He's like, oh, thanks, man. And he kind of kept looking at me. I was like, it was like a little awkward moment. I was like, yeah, man. Like, oh, you go to the games? He's like, oh, yeah, I do. I have the season pass.
Okay.
But he kept staring at me.
Yeah.
Like in a weird way. Like he was trying to figure me out or something. I was like, okay, yeah, that's dope. Like, yeah, I've only been to one, but I told him I'm gonna go to the June 7 game and this and that. Small chit chat. And then he's like, I've seen you before, or I think that's what he said. And no, he said, oh, like you do podcasting. He told me you do podcasting, huh? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I seen the one where you and Panchito. And and Fat Boy Tacos.
Oh, okay.
And the one, this and that. And he said, oh, I seen the recent one too.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, okay. So you tune in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, all right. Sick.
Was it an older guy?
No, I think he was like my age.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like around my age.
Okay.
Yeah. And he told me he went to when they headed out to, I don't know. Sacramento?
Yeah.
And he went on the bus.
Okay.
And I was like,
do you remember his name?
I think he looks familiar. This is the funny thing. He actually looked familiar to me too. I think his name is Jason. Shout out Jason. If I got the name right, I don't mean to trip you out or anything to scare you. Like, how did you know my name?
Jason.
Yeah. But anyways, he said he was in the bus thing. You know how they did the whole bus thing with the supporters group?
Yeah.
And I told, oh, so you know the supporters group?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we know them too. He's like, yeah, I tuned in for that episode, but like it was more for yours too. Yeah, I was like, oh, dude, small world. Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, finally got recognized.
I wonder who he is.
Yeah,
because I have been recognized too at the AV Alta games, but that's because I'm always there.
Yeah,
so it's easier for me to like be with Panchito and then 2 and 2.
Yeah,
so I think it's a little bit easier. But yeah, randomly, I don't think I have.
Hey, shout out to that guy too, because he said, oh, like, hopefully I run into you to one of the games and I'll buy you a beer.
Oh, sick.
I was like, I hope we run into each other.
Right.
Yeah.
They're expensive over there.
Yeah, so shout out to him, dude. That was pretty cool. Dope.
Interaction.
A little awkward on my end because
You don't know how to deal with fans.
I don't know how to deal with that.
You should have given your autograph, bro.
I know. Should have signed his chest or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
His chest hairs. But okay, so I got some questions here. I'm gonna bring them up after the break. We're gonna take a little break first. But just to let you guys know, I have some questions here, like some nostalgic stuff, childhood stuff.
Damn, drama.
Not drama, just like more like actually, if you want to take it there.
Trauma?
Oh, you said trauma.
No, I said drama.
But. Oh, well, we could take it there too if you want. Some little questions here. This is a chill episode today. It's just Irvin and myself today.
Yeah, we want to be consistent too, as far as like with the episodes. We're fairly busy, and then sometimes it's fairly hard to like organize a guest and everything.
Yeah, and then sometimes we want to talk just me and him.
Yeah,
we don't have to talk about someone's product all the time.
Yeah, get to know us too.
Yeah, and also gives you guys the opportunity to get to know us a little better. Shout out to all the sponsors. I get tired of saying all the sponsors, but you already know. You'll find everything in the descriptions. Magicmind, SeatGeek, Dubby, Energy. Shout out to Inview Media and Amazon. We have a store there. You'll find everything there. And we'll be right back. Show. We back. Hold on. I really like that song.
That's a drive-by, bro.
That's exactly. We're here. That's what happens here.
Drive-bys?
Yeah, drive-bys.
Where do you live?
In the hood, homie.
Damn.
You live right by me, all right? So
your drive-bys, bro.
All right, so like I said,
nostalgic questions.
Dun
dun dun.
Dun dun dun. All right, so keep it lighthearted today. This is gonna be for the both of us, okay?
All right.
So first, you're gonna go first because since I'm gonna be the one asking it,
you're gonna be
then back to me. All right, so nostalgic question number 1, Irvin.
Let's go.
What's the most ridiculous thing you believed as a kid?
Damn.
Cuando eras un mocoso niño greñudo.
Probably like Chucky.
Yeah?
I think so.
You were terrified of Chucky?
I think I was terrified of like dolls for a while.
Oh, like they'll come alive?
Yeah. Like my sister had like those big ass dolls. Like they were like kid size. And we'd share a room, bro. I would hide those in the closet. Yeah. Those things are scary, bro.
Yeah, those kind of dolls. Yeah, because they have a stare.
Yeah, they do. And they're big.
Yeah.
So I'd literally hide them in the closet all the time.
That was about it?
I think so. And Santa Claus, but I don't think that's
You believe in Santa Claus?
Yeah, when I was like at 3 and 4.
I never believed in Santa Claus. My older brother, when I was young, he broke it down to me like when I was young, dude. He's like, I still remember what he said. He's like, everything that the teachers tell you about holidays and all that stuff, it's all a lie. Damn. Don't believe them.
Oh, party pooper.
I was like freaking 5, 6 years old, and I was like, you just broke my heart, bro. You know? Yeah. Why you gotta do that to me? Yeah. All right. So for me, a ridiculous thing that you believed as a kid, I talked about this during Halloween. It was vampires.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
because that kid,
I was terrified of vampires. I believed it, dude. It was scary for me, dude. It was really, really scary for me. That was one thing. Yours was dolls. Me was vampires. I'm pretty sure there was something else too.
like the dark.
That was the fear side, but then I had like a superhero side where like it helped me gain confidence, I guess, or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I remember I had a Superman PJs,
Okay.
and I even have pictures. My mom has them. Where I kept wanting to wear it,
Okay.
and I'll dirty it so fast because I'll be running around thinking I'm Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and there's every time when like family came over, I'll put it on.
All right.
You know, try to impress her, like watch me, see what I can do. You know, you know. Yeah, that was me right there.
All
dude.
right. You're a Superman.
I was super kid.
All right. Let's go.
I was super kid. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so what was your favorite cartoon or TV show when you were a kid?
That's a good one. It's either Batman or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, give me one cartoon and one non-cartoon. You get me?
Yeah. Cartoon, I would say Batman for sure.
Okay.
Non-cartoon, dang, I would have to like. That's like it's going back. Maybe Boy Meets World or
Yeah,
something like that.
you were Team Boy Meets World.
I think they would just come on TV randomly, but I do remember Goosebumps too.
Oh, dang, Goosebumps was scary.
Goosebumps was tight.
Yeah.
But that was only like Saturdays too.
Yeah.
Growing up, I didn't really have cable. I didn't have a satellite, so a lot of the I think the cartoons that I know I would have enjoyed, like Dragon Ball, I didn't get to see until like maybe I was like 15.
Yeah.
So I didn't grow up with Dragon Ball until like the internet came about.
I think no, I had cable when I was little, but Dragon Ball didn't hit over here in, like when I was in the 6th grade or 5th grade. No,
Yeah.
actually, I mean, is that considered really childhood? Childhood? Yeah, right.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind
I would say
of.
once you get to junior high, I think that's your adolescence starts to get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6th grade. Yeah, it's still pretty good. I'm Pokemon. I remember watching Pokemon.
Oof, Pokemon watching that right now. Shoot.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it cheesy?
It is cheesy.
Yeah.
It's because I never got to watch it. Cause
The original Pokemon?
the original one.
Oh shit.
The original one, because
Damn.
I come from like a religious home, and my mom thought it was the devil.
I remember that.
And I it's kind of funny because like I'll be able to watch Dragon Ball,
Yeah, it's
which
all-
was crazy.
It's all violent.
Yeah, but I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon. You know what I mean? So when they're just like animals, basically.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
I think the idea, the whole religious thing came about because of the cards.
yeah.
The card game made it what
I think the tipping point was the story when the kid killed another kid over a card.
really? There was that?
There was like the tipping point, like, oh no, it's the devil.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh hell no.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I remember I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I really liked. I still like Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
All Dragon Ball series.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was still curious about Pokemon,
Interesting.
and it's on Netflix right now. And my wife can vouch for me.
Okay.
I recently started watching it.
God, bro.
Yeah, because I'm like, I want to see what
The
happens.
first episode.
The original Ash, the kid,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
he first gets
Yeah, yeah.
Pikachu.
The first episode's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, where Pikachu sacrifices himself because of the birds are coming to attack.
Oh yeah.
Ash.
And he gets fucked up.
Yeah, that's a good episode. I'm like, all right, that's a really good
Yeah.
episode. But yeah,
It's actually kind of funny, dude. It's kind of funny.
yeah, it's a. Well, I don't really remember the show. I think I bought the movie just for nostalgic reasons,
Yeah.
and bro, I couldn't finish it. It was too cheesy. I'm like, how did I like this?
Oh,
like
yeah?
in my head, I envisioned something completely different.
Oh, yeah?
But I try to watch it. I'm like, bro, this is so stupid.
And you know what's even more funny? I'm watching it in Spanish.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's
so
wild.
it's funny, dude.
That's wild.
It's more funny in Spanish. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, like my wife, she speaks more Spanish.
Yeah.
Saying like it's more for her too, so she can enjoy it with me.
Okay.
Yeah, because she like her number one anime is Sailor Moon.
Okay.
And I remember like we watched that in Spanish.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah. Were there any other TV shows that your mom didn't let you watch?
Nah, dude, it was like literally just Pokemon,
Really?
dude. Yeah, like the pastor, dude, he like despised Pokemon, dude. Like he put videos like on the projector, like, look, the ears mean the horns or whatever, you know? Like it was just ridiculous, dude.
Okay.
But I didn't even answer the question. Mine was cartoon. I guess I'll say Dragon Ball. I guess that's a pass, right?
I love Dragon Ball.
And non-cartoon will be Power Rangers.
Power Rangers is good.
I
show.
was
Yeah.
hooked on
the
Power
original.
Rangers. Yeah, the original
Bro,
one.
yeah, I grew up with the Power
I
Rangers.
was
too.
hooked on it.
Yeah.
Dude. It was crazy times.
Yeah, that was a good TV show for its time. You know.
Yeah.
I think going back to things that our moms didn't let us watch. My mom for a while didn't let us watch The Simpsons. For like for the longest time, she just didn't like us watching it.
Yeah.
Just because a neighbor lady would tell her like that it was a bad show, and of course my parents didn't speak English, so of course
They believed it.
yeah, la vecina, you know,
Yeah.
like coming over, like don't let your kids watch that. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's the very common story for all of us, especially Hispanics or Hispanics where they come from a religious household, or our neighbor is religious. We don't have to be religious, but our neighbor is, and they're the ones that tell us or our parents like, oh no, esa caricatura, no, de diablo.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had a cartoon that my mom or my dad, we weren't religious, so I can't say that we ever went through that as far as like the religion part.
All right, then. That was a cool one. Do you remember your favorite toy or game?
Game meaning like a system
Good question.
or like a board game?
Okay, we'll go with toy first,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll figure out the game part.
Like a game like hide and go seek?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
That's more kid.
Okay.
That's more kid.
Okay,
Because
gotcha.
video games is not like, that's more like, especially in our era, like you're a little bit older when you start playing video games.
No, I had my Super Nintendo when I was 4.
Shut up.
Yeah.
4?
Yeah, my dad bought it. Like my dad was very wanting to get involved with the like he wanted to be Americanized.
Yeah.
And my dad comes from a poor family, so you know, seeing a system that you could play on your TV.
You sure it was Nintendo?
It was Super Nintendo.
Oh, Super Nintendo.
That's Super Nintendo.
You sure it was that one?
100%. Because I still have it. I still have the original box of my first game was Street Fighter,
What?
and I was 4. Yeah, I wasn't even in school. I know I was in preschool because I knew where I used to go behind Daisy Gibson. That was my preschool, and that's when we bought the Super Nintendo.
That came out around that time?
Mm-hmm.
How old were you for? What year was that?
That was like 93? 92.
92.
92, 93 maybe.
And Super Nintendo was already out? I thought Super
Yeah.
Nintendo came out like in 94? That's what I thought.
You want to ask ChatGPT?
Yeah, ask it real quick.
See if my memory's right. No, I know I'm right.
Probably I'm wrong.
Okay.
So I'm not really a gamer like that.
Hold on.
Maybe 91.
Why does it want me to update?
Don't update. You don't have to.
But look, I say open and it says update.
I guess that's out of the question.
Okay.
All right. Well, update it and we'll go on with the question.
Why don't I just go on Google?
All right, then just Google it then. Yeah, you're right.
Let's see. What year did the Super
Because 4 years old, dude, you were already playing video games?
Nintendo?
I was still in my diapers.
It came out in Japan. It came out in 1990, and out here it came in 1992. So North America, 1992.
It must have been expensive, dude.
Yeah, 1993.
Because it was fresh off the box.
Yeah,
fresh off the lot.
literally, bro. But yeah, we're excited. I didn't know what I was doing. Me and my sister.
Then, hijo, aquí está. You know how parents used to always call it el parato?
I don't know.
Or they call Nintendo for everything. It's a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah. But I'm till this. I am surprised that my dad bought it that young.
I'm surprised.
But yeah, that was my first.
My first console was the Atari.
Damn, bro, they went way back. They got it at the Swami or something.
Yeah.
They're like,
we were broke, dude. I remember the Atari, dude.
Damn.
And then we had the Nintendo. The first Nintendo. Yeah, then we had that.
That was used too.
Yeah, we probably got it used.
Yeah.
And then we never got to the Super Nintendo. And then we kind of jumped to
The 64
the 64.
or the GameCube?
No, we went to the 64. We
Okay.
had to jump from the original Nintendo all the way to the 64.
Okay, 64
So we
was
had
fun.
no. We had the Sega.
Oh.
We had the Sega for a long
Okay.
time.
Sega was fun.
Sega.
I never had it, but I know it was fun.
Yeah, Sega. And then we had the 64.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
Toy. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
All right. Let's bring it back to the toys because we kind of like segue hard. We'll go back to it. All right.
Okay,
We'll go
that's
back to it because it was interesting.
Going back to the toys.
Toy, real quick. Mine was the Power Rangers action figures, straight up, like all the little monos.
Yeah.
And the what was his name? The Transformer thing.
Megatron?
No, there wasn't a specific name. Megazord. Yeah.
Toy. I would say I think the only toy that I got attached to,
Barbie.
bro, you're gay. I think one Christmas I wanted an RC car.
Sick.
And I think that's what I still have it too.
Yeah.
I think I was like 11 or 10, something like that. And I always wanted a remote control car, but without
Sick.
the cable though.
No, real legit.
Yeah, an RC car.
Yeah.
And I think I asked my godfather, or he asked me like, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" And I said it out loud, thinking that my parents were gonna get me one, which they did. And then sure enough, he got me one too. I'm like, "Bro, I got two." Like, shit, that was tight. And then what was the game one? Right?
And the game one.
We were saying outside games, right?
Outside games. Mine, bro, was hide and seek, bro.
Kind of lame.
No, it's because where I lived.
Okay.
Yeah, we lived in an apartment where it was literally only, I think, 5 apartments.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The whole complex. It was only 5.
Okay.
But like they weren't on top of each other. Like,
Oh, they're like spread out.
They were on single floor.
Okay.
Just next to each other. Just 5.
Okay.
And we had like a big lot, like parking lot, a big dirt area, trees,
Okay.
a building over here, the shed over there. So that's why I say hide and seek, because me and my neighbors, especially when family came over, dude, we'll go all out.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
cool.
play when it's dark,
Yeah.
because it was like a closed out area where it's like there was only one way in and out. And like it wasn't sketchy to play late because
Everyone knew it.
the entrance was like far away. So like if somebody was trying to come in,
Yeah.
you'll see them from far away. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I have 2. The first one we made up. It was called Around the House.
What's
And
that?
It's basically like dodgeball, but it's like technically tag. So we'd have a ball, and whoever had the ball would have to hit the other person. So we'd have to run around the house. So you could only run around the house.
Yeah.
And then the person's basically trying to chase you and trying to hit you with the ball.
And then you're it.
Basically.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
an interesting
Yeah.
twist on it.
Yeah, so we called it Around the House, and I'm pretty sure we made it up. And the second one, my dad introduced it to us. I'm pretty sure if I asked him, he could remember what it's called. You dig holes, your own hole in the ground, and this is like poor games. Labored work, bro.
Is this Holes, the movie?
So you dig a little hole, like maybe like a fist, like not that deep, like it's just a hole.
Yeah.
So everyone has a hole, and then basically what you do is you throw a ball again, and you throw into the hole, and whoever's hole it went into the ball, like that person was it again. So they would run to the hole, and then there was like safety points where people could run. Like, and if you got to the safety point, he couldn't tag you or throw the ball at you. But then the idea was that you would have to complete, like almost like baseball, right?
Like
that.
bases.
Like bases, but you would have to make it, the sections would have to be small, so it'd be a lot more fun, you know? But yeah, we made that one, or my dad is the one that taught us that one. So that one was fun.
Dice, este lo jugué en mi barrio cuando tenía su edad. Yeah. That's cool. I never had heard of those either of those two, dude. Those are actual hood games.
Yeah, exactly,
probably.
bro. Yeah, toys, bro.
I mean, I grew up poor, but probably not that poor. Yeah. All right, then. What was the best birthday party you ever had as a child?
I don't think I had a. They were fun, but I don't think I have one that I could say I remember.
There, I have one, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have one. You don't have one?
I don't think so. Or maybe if I hear, maybe it'll come in my head.
It'll probably
maybe.
like trigger your memory, dude. At that same apartment complex that I mentioned, dude, right there, dude. I think I was turning 5 or 6, dude. Like everybody came, dude. Like a lot of my family members came through, dude. A lot, dude. I have pictures, dude. I have piñatas, like 4 piñatas, I think.
Damn.
Dude, like I don't know, dude. It was just something special about that day, dude. And I remember like a lot of people there, a lot of food, a lot of candy.
Okay.
I remember there was a big tree there, and it had this long vine, like thick vine. And I remember, I guess like my older cousins like were on this side. Like I don't know what they did. Like I guess it was the vine was connected to something. It was part of the tree. It wasn't a rope. It was the tree.
Okay.
I'll hold on to it, and they'll like pull it on one end, and I'll go flying, dude. And then they'll let go, and I'll go gradually. Like I don't know what happened. It was like a swing.
Oh, okay.
But the tree. It was the tree, part of the tree. Yeah, and I remember that, dude. And I was like, I remember that, and that's the one that's really really stood out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't have one
don't
that
know.
intrigue you anything?
No. I'm pretty sure I've had good ones, but
Oh, and I had presents. Pictures me opening the presents, and my cousins were there. Like
all jealous.
I think. No, I don't think they were jealous. I think they were like happy for me, you know. And I remember, dude, I got a gang of presents that day.
That's
dude.
cool.
I think the most I ever had, like.
It's probably the day that they remember when they adopted you. That's why they made it so
Probably.
big, you know.
Yeah.
Like, let's remember this day.
Yeah, this probably is this last birthday party you ever have.
You know, so let's
Or the
make it big.
first and only. Because probably the one I only remember. All right, then. Let's see. I don't know. I can't think of this one. Maybe you do. Did you have a favorite family tradition or holiday celebration?
Family tradition.
Me? I don't think I had any traditions.
I'm pretty sure we do. Or maybe it's not a tradition. Maybe it's something we did in the past. I remember when my mom used to make pancakes. It was random too. It wasn't like we had a date or a month or anything. But it's just it was a tradition that when we had pancakes and we knew that we were going to have pancakes, it was like all you could eat. Like that was a thing for us.
Like all you can eat pancakes?
Yeah. And my mom would make like
a lot of
like
them?
as many as you want. Like, and that for us, that was a thing. Like,
you guys had your very own IHOP?
Yeah. Really. Yeah. But as far as like a tradition that I could think of that I'm like a holiday or a birthday thing or something, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
Nothing comes to mind, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, since you were talking about food, and I guess I'll bring one up. When I was younger, especially around the holidays, my mom will make they were like flat tortillas that were fried.
And
they'll throw like sugar on it.
Yeah, we didn't get diabetes.
What was that called, dude?
Only you guys.
What was that called? There's a word for it.
Like, bro,
if you're listening or somebody out there can tell me.
That sounds awful.
It's like a holiday thing.
Sugar with tortilla?
No, it's like a cinnamon tortilla. It was different. It's not like an actual tortilla, but it was flat like a tortilla, and they're deep fried.
Okay.
And they get hard and like crispy, crunchy, or whatever. And then, my mom would sprinkle sugar on it to make it sweet.
Okay.
And I'll just like a crispy tortilla.
Okay.
Like a dessert.
All right.
But I forgot what that called, dude.
I don't know.
Bro. Buñuelo?
I don't know.
I probably had that way wrong. I'm probably thinking something else. But yeah, man, I remember that my mom would make that as a kid, but then as I got older, she stopped making it.
She didn't like you guys no more.
Yeah, she's like, you guys have diabetes. I
You
gotta
guys
start
need
making
to,
this.
You guys need to get out of the house.
Get out of the house already. All right then. What was the most trouble you got into as a kid? Cuando te daron unos buenas cintarazos, güey.
I think the one that I do remember is we lived in a trailer park, and at the time my mom would maybe let us go a street over, and that was our limit. But of course, me being me,
Yeah,
I would
Tremendo
literally take my bike and just
silver tooth
go
kid activities.
somewhere out in the desert where I know like either a coyote or some stranger would have robbed me. Where my mom literally couldn't find me even if she yelled out my name.
You wanted to get abducted, dude.
And I do remember she was looking for me and she couldn't find me and she got super pissed. And I was probably like 7 or I was little, and I would just wander. You know, like I would literally wander. And yeah, sure enough, she kicked my ass on that one. She like got a stick, bro. Like, and I ran, but she caught up, bro.
Oh, they always catch up, dude.
They know where you live. That's why
they know where you live. They know where you lay your head and go to sleep. They're gonna get you eventually, dude.
Yeah. But I do remember that one. She's like, "I told you not to go there," and blah blah. Blah. Like, damn it. Yeah, but I didn't learn after that. And like I kept doing it. Yeah. It's just one of those things. Like you want to be adventurous as a little kid.
Yeah. But also, she aware of the dangers.
Yeah, exactly. And being a kid, you don't care. Stuff. You don't think about stuff.
You don't think about that stuff.
Yeah, but that was the one for me.
Yeah, me was I got caught ditching class, and I got a ticket for a ditching class, and I had to go to court and everything.
Court?
Yeah,
like
actual court.
What?
Yeah.
How old are you?
And I was like 14.
Oh, you're a teenager already.
14.
Okay.
Yeah, junior high.
Oh wow.
Junior high.
The police caught you or security?
The security. Yeah, because it was like a spot. Because in junior high there was 2 lunches. And a lot of my friends had a different lunch. And I felt like a freaking loner at my original lunch I would take. I was like a loser, dude. It was like, all my friends on the other one.
A loser.
Yeah, I was a loner, dude. And I would ditch a lot, dude. And I had this one little spot where I would go hide for like, it was like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'll hide, and then the other lunch will go. And then when the second lunch would be over, it was already the
Recess?
class changing periods or whatever. Will go everyone. So I was just like, oh, perfect. Once this is done, I can go back to my normal classes. Whatever. And no one would suspect a thing, you know? And I remember I got caught, dude.
How'd you get caught?
The security just randomly just peeped his head like where I was at. He's like, hey, what are you doing here?
What were you doing?
I was like, oh, I'm just trying to take a piss or whatever.
What?
And I was sitting down, dude. Trying to take a piss sitting down?
Like a girl?
Yeah. I was sitting on the floor, just chilling, waiting.
That's what you said?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was, dude, 8th grade, dude. 14. What kind of excuse are you going to come up with, you know?
You're just gonna say I was sleeping.
Yeah, and then sleeping in the corner, hidden, dude.
Oh, bro, like taking a pee like a girl.
Like a bum, dude. And, yeah, and they got me, and I had to go to court. I had to go dressed up. I think I still remember the amount I had to, it was like, not me had to pay because I was a kid. My mom had to pay it. It was like $70 bucks, 75, 70 bucks.
Damn.
Yeah, that was the ticket amount, dude. And dude, I got an ass whooping.
When you got home?
Hell yeah, dude.
Who gave
I
it
never
to you?
ditched again, dude.
Who kicked your ass?
It's my mom, dude. My mom. It's always the moms. Like, they always whip your ass more.
Yeah.
The dads is just like...
That's like the last resort.
That last resort.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my ass whooping.
Travieso.
What was your childhood hero or role model?
Childhood hero or role model? I don't think I really had any as far as like, well, as a kid, but as a teenager, that's when I started playing music. So I would say like more of the guitar players that I idolized. So like Carlos Santana, the Django, Joe Paz, Angus Young was a huge one for me. Jimmy Page, like those guys were like a big impact as far as like when it came to like music. Of course, Jimi Hendrix. But yeah, I idolized a lot of those guys growing up. But yeah,
Mine was Michael Jackson.
Michael
And
Jackson.
only Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
The Michael Jackson.
I could tell.
Yeah. Yeah, I idolized him. I loved all his music video because it felt like movies. Yeah, and a lot of dialogue. And yeah, that was me, dude. I freaking loved Michael Jackson, dude. I would try to be singing like him as a kid. Yeah, everything minus the breakdancing. I couldn't do it. I tried and tried. I just couldn't. I was like, yeah, I can't dance. Yeah, I can do everything else, but I can't dance.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Okay, I got a few more. No, actually two more. What's a food or snack from your childhood that you still love today?
Food. There's two. Yeah, there's two. Chile rellenos, and it's similar to chile rellenos as far as the broth and the egg thing. Every time I say this, nobody knows what it is.
What is it?
They're called guanzoncles.
What the hell?
Yeah. So unless you're from the region, as far as like where my town is, they're very popular there. So it's basically like it's like a chile relleno, but instead of a chile, it's a plant and it has like little seeds. It's almost like this little fake plant right here. So it kind of looks like that, but just imagine like little seeds. And then they tie it and they put egg in the middle and then they squeeze it with like the egg thing and they put in that red broth, which is the soup thing. And that's a guanzoncle and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
So it's a seasonal thing. So you only get it in the summers. Out here, there are certain people that are from where we're at from, or like Tilsa, and they'll actually try to grow them out here. But it has to be really hot. Like the summer has to be hot for them to grow. Because where we're from, it's like the weather out there it's dumb hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, guanzoncles and chile rellenos are my two favorite ones.
How often do you get one of those?
I don't think we had any last year. Because last year was kind of weird, the weather. I'm not sure if we're going to get any this year. The other one, and once again, it's another plant. It's called papalo. And once again, most people don't know what these things are.
I don't know what that is.
It's good for your lungs. It's good for your digestion system. It's antioxidants as far as like if you have inflammation. But it's just one of those things that I grew up with, like eating, like almost like seeds, you know?
Yeah.
So anytime like when I eat breakfast, my mom buys like a whole bag full, and then literally like it's almost like I'm eating a seed with whatever I'm eating, but instead of a seed, I'm eating the plant. Like I'm just taking a bite of the plants and stuff. But yeah, I grew up with that stuff, and I like it's one of those things that I enjoy a lot.
Maybe if you ever come across what was the first one?
Guanzoncle?
Guasoncle?
Yeah.
Then let me try that one.
All right.
If you ever,
Yeah.
If this summer's hot enough. Yeah. Mine is chile relleno.
Okay.
Chile relleno for sure. And fried chicken.
Any type of fried chicken?
Like any fried chicken.
Okay. Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't really grow up with fried chicken.
Yeah, I love fried chicken, especially when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like with the crisp?
The crispiness, like as if it was KFC or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Fried chicken, bro. I was.
Yeah. Have you ever had that? What is it? Where they put the chicken inside and there's like powder or whatever, and they shake and bake kind of thing.
And powder.
Like it was like a bread thing. Like the powder was the
fried.
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the fry. That's what fries it.
Oh, okay.
It's the bread, the flour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when you fry that, it turns into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know what it is. Yeah, I had my at the time in high school, I had my girlfriend. She asked me like what I wanted for either an anniversary or a birthday thing, and I never had that because we didn't grow up with that. And I asked her, I'm like, oh, could you make this shake and bake? I wanted her to cook for me, and she did. I'm like, bro.
She's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Well, she was more Americanized, so she knew what I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not bad.
All right, then last question. Do you remember a specific place you used to visit often as a child, like a park or a family member house, anything like that? Like a favorite place that you like to go?
Favorite place that I like to go as a kid.
Doesn't have to no amusement park,
Okay.
no recreational. I mean, a public park. I think that's a pass though.
Favorite place.
I got mine. I got
You got
mine.
one?
Yeah, I got mine.
You could go ahead and say yours then.
All right. So if you live over here in the AV, Lancaster City Park, the one by the freeway, there used to be in that park there used to be like this big ass rocket.
Oh yeah. We saw one in Little Rock.
Yeah, dude. Dude, me and my cousins, like we'll beg our parents to take us there, dude.
Yeah.
We loved going there, dude.
Okay.
That's one right there, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that in Little Rock too. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Now kids are very sensitive. Now they take everything down.
Yeah, because that thing was dangerous, dude.
All of that.
Those poles, you can squeeze through it and then you'll fall 20 feet.
And they'll get hot.
Yeah, and it was all metal.
Yeah, it was all metal. Yeah, I remember that one. That was a good one. As far as me, I can't really say like as a kid, not really. I don't really have a favorite place that I could say that I remember. I for whatever reason, I enjoyed my childhood, regardless if I grew up in a trailer park. Like, but that was only because of the friends that I grew up with. Like, I feel like I was lucky enough, like you had an apartment complex where everybody knew everybody, like everybody knew the exits, entrances, and stuff. And I grew up there when I was 5 up to like maybe 15 or no, 18. I think I was 18 when we moved out.
Yeah.
And up to my childhood, because once I got to my teenage years, of course, everyone got like into girls and everything. But my childhood, I enjoyed it a lot just because I felt like it was like a playground. Like the whole park was a playground.
Yeah.
All the kids were my age.
Yeah.
You know, we literally grew up from like kindergarten up to like high school together.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of like became like a tight knit group friend because of the location.
Yeah.
And we were the type that we would like come from school and literally go outside.
Yeah.
Like
right
we're
after.
those. Yeah, we're those kids. Like
Forget
we're always.
homework.
Yeah, we're outside all until the nighttime and the weekends together. So I would say just the location that I grew up in.
I think I could relate to that because, well, you kind of answered like in the house area because it was your like neighborhood or park, whatever. My family house area. It's back in the day in my teens in Anaheim. This is kind of funny because I used to love going over there because there was a time in my teens where in one street, and we're talking like this street is like literally like 10 minutes away, not like a 10-minute drive or probably even less from Disneyland. That's how close it is.
Okay.
There's a street there in Anaheim where my family literally lived like in almost every house in that street.
Okay.
Almost all at once.
Okay.
I think at one point I had like 5 family members living in the same street.
Wow.
In different houses going down the street like that. And I remember like there was a time, dude, like I loved going because I have a lot of cousins that are like around my age.
Yeah.
Especially around that time. We'll go like, oh, let's go spend the night over here at this person's house. They would just go walk down the sidewalk and go to another uncle's house.
Okay.
Like that. And then we're in this is one street full of houses. And then at the end of it, there was a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other end, there was a hamburger joint.
Okay.
And it would like we'll scrap up some money, beg our uncles like, "Let me get some money, man." And then like we want some chips or some burgers, and that was. And then behind the houses was the alley.
Okay.
And then we'll always see our uncles in the alley getting fucked up, drinking beer. And I remember that was the first time I tried beer, going in the alley, and I ran into a tío. Toma, hijo, es que ser hombre.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's when I first tried beer.
How old are you?
I was like probably like
5,
7.
Damn, bro.
8.
You started young.
Yeah. Those were those days. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like every night at 9 o'clock, it was like clockwork. we'll run to the window, and that's when the fireworks will go off from Disneyland.
Oh wow.
And it was so close.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's I think we were the last generation that had something similar to like almost like a Sandlot kind of thing.
Yeah. You don't hear those stories anymore.
Like even my friends, the ones that I grew up or that I hang out with now, they all grew up inside.
Yeah.
Like we're like, oh, I grew up in watching TV and video games and my computer.
I play online with my friend. You should have seen this one time where I shot this guy in the game, and and we were cracking up. Like, yeah. When our stories is like, oh yeah, well, beat this. Like my friend broke his leg from falling in the hole, and we all laughed at him.
Literally, bro. Literally.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed my childhood, like just because of that reason. Though I think it was more of the freedom. That we had, and then growing up with a bunch of kids around us, and then still till this day, like we're not like close, like connected, because most of them have gotten married, they have kids and everything. But the idea that I remember you as a kid, and we would be running around and playing soccer, digging holes for fun.
You literally,
no, for sure, like we would literally dig holes for fun. Like there's another game that I think I invented where there was in front of our trailer. There was a lot, and it was just dirt, and we would make rivers. Like literally, we would just like with our hands, like would make pathways, and then we'd get the hose, and literally we'd just see the water go through, and we'd just make patterns, and then we'd make a bigger hole just in case.
And that's a lake.
Like no, like when we started to see like there was like no other path because it was finishing. So it was like you could tell that the water was gonna flood above the wherever like the little ceiling.
Yeah,
and then would call those emergencies. So basically, we'd just open up that little gap so that all the water could drain into the allegedly the emergencies. So yeah, there's like stuff like that. Like I enjoy it.
Damn, now I feel bad asking you these kids. I feel like, damn, bro, like you just had to work with what you had, dude.
That's where my imagination would just come into. But I feel like a lot of kids never have that, and I think because the conveniences that we have, like the video games and the iPads, I feel more bad for them than I feel bad for me because I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I think I was like in the middle, dude. Like, I was outside, but then also I had a childhood where I was inside playing video games too. So I was like back and forth.
Well, I can't say that I didn't have that opportunity to play video games because I had my Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you had it at 4, dude.
Yeah, I had it at 4.
I didn't even have that.
But I think I was always an outdoor person. Like even my friends that were indoors, like I would always bring them out.
Yeah.
Even if they wanted to just be inside watching movies. I'm like, bro, like just go outside.
Yeah.
Like at the time I had one of my uncles gave me a Chihuahua, and that little dog was with me consistently, like all throughout the whole day, digging holes with me, bro. But like that's my childhood. Like I look back on it, I'm like, bro, like that was fun. Like I prefer having me being outside getting dirty than me being indoors, because now I'm indoors for the most part, and I'm like, bro, I want to be outside.
Yeah, those are those Sandlot stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully, like one day when you have a child, one day I have a child, and we're able to not necessarily always have them outside, but
yeah, would at least have it where they're able to feel safe being outside, like being in a closed neighborhood, maybe a gated neighborhood.
Yeah.
But they grow up with friends, like maybe across the street, and like, yo, let's just ride bikes or play basketball or something. Because it's just one of those things like you don't get back. Like I could play video games now. Like I could be on my computer, watch movies. Like we could all do that. But going back in time and just being outside, like just being outside and not wanting to go home, those are the things that we can't get back.
Yeah. Hopefully, like one day when I have a kid, I live in a cul-de-sac. So there's only one way in and out.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like my neighbors eventually, when there's a kid there that's the same age as my kid, hopefully they can become buddies.
Yeah.
And I'll be outside just keeping an eye on them and watch them play or whatever. And that right there, I'm like, okay, that I did it, like that.
Yeah, but even now, like you see like these on Instagram where people are trying to steal kids from like the front of the yard and stuff.
That's why I said I'll be outside watching my kid.
Well, you'll be old.
I'll be right there watching. Go like, hey, I'm watching you.
By the time your son is outside, you'll be like 50, bro.
Nah. But yeah, man. So that was everything, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy it.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys hopefully we struck a nostalgic nerve on y'all, and made you guys tear up. Like, oh my god, I remember that.
Oh my God, Irvin was poor.
I remember. Irvin was poor.
Playing with dirt.
He was playing with dirt and trying to get abducted by wolves.
Yep, coyotes, bro,
Or coyotes, whatever.
wolves.
Well, yes. And so that's everything. We're gonna try to come up with like different scenarios. We've been talking. I've been hitting up Irvin like, hey, I got this new idea where the scene might look a little different.
Okay.
We're out and about. Don't want to say too much. But like trying to think of some new content.
Yeah,
ideas.
and I also want the actual community that listens to us. If you guys have any ideas for us, or maybe want to recommend a guest here and there, feel free to do so. We don't know everybody.
Yeah,
It's good to listen to our audience too.
yeah. Also, before I forget, the bet we made.
Yep, another bet that God knows how long it's gonna take you, bro.
I have to run the mile.
Yeah, we'll see how that
The
goes.
clip passed 150 likes.
Yeah, remind them of what the bet was.
With our last guest, Felix.
Yeah.
We made a bet that when we drop a clip of that episode, that if that clip made 150 likes, then I would run a mile. And he was really pushing it.
Yeah.
He wanted that 150.
I didn't want to push it, bro, because you gave me a headache on the last one.
And he got it. He got the 150.
Well, he got the 150. Let's see if he gets the mile.
And we got to do the 1 mile, dude. It's not going to be as long. I mean, it's not going to take me as long to do it. I think he said he wants to run somewhere. I don't know. He didn't want to do it at the park.
Oh, he's going to do it with you?
Okay, he wants to be around.
Okay, he just wants to see winners.
Yeah, I think he wants to see it
He
go
wants
down.
to witness it?
Yeah.
All right.
So I was like, oh shit.
You better do it soon because it's getting hot, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
It's getting really hot.
That's true. But yeah, man, I keep an eye on that one too. Another mile run. What is this thing? Me running
We'll get you another trophy.
with bets. Yeah,
People are just noticing you're getting fat.
I'm living that happy marriage life, dude.
Is that what it is, bro?
This right here.
That's what it is.
This is my wife's fault. It's not my fault.
Bro,
It's
she
her.
was just here letting you know that you need to exercise.
But look what she brought us. And you.
Well,
So this is her fault.
She told me I look skinny.
All right, then. Well, yeah, that's everything. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on the social platforms. Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Shade of Brown Powered. And, that's everything. You got anything else you want to say?
No. Just have a great week. Anybody that's out there that's having a bad week, and just have a better one. Hug your kids, hug your wife. Hug
If you
your
recognize
friends.
me or Irvin out and about or at the games, don't be shy.
Say hi.
Come say hi. We ain't gonna bite hard.
Damn.
Buy us a beer.
I don't want to buy.
Buy Irvin a beer.
Don't buy me a beer.
Make him drink it.
Okay, so if you are going to be on me drink, I really like the agua fresca de mi ranchito, the pineapple water.
No. It has to be alcoholic.
Favorite drink ever. I love pineapple water. It's delicious, bro. Like
I'm more of a agua de pepino.
Pepino.
Cucumber and
yeah, that's
lemonade.
good too. Yeah, I used to love tamarindo. That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it switched up to pineapple. I'm like, bro, like I enjoy going to mi ranchito just to get a large pineapple water.
Yeah.
It's my favorite, bro. Yeah.
It's good. I get it there frequently.
Yeah. But I'm not a beer person, so.
But make him into a beer person.
Why?
I need a beer drinking buddy.
Why? I don't want a beer belly like you.
We could be two chubby dudes on
I don't
the
wanna be
podcast, dude.
I don't want to be chubby.
All right, then. Let's cut it down. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one on episode 103. Shoo!